Good afternoon and welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at MarketSite in Times Square, we have Marc Rind. He is the Chief Data Scientist over at ADP, and we're going to focus on HR data trends for 2019. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Jill.
What a cool title, Chief Data Scientist.
I know, it's great.
So when you think about human resources, you typically don't think of data as the first thing. How is it helping managers make more informed decisions?
It's interesting. You're right. Data and HR, people think it's not really a good combination, but with so much going on within an organization, so many people being the most valuable resource for any company, understanding what makes them tick, where there's room for improvement, and areas that they need to focus on, data is becoming quickly essential in helping an organization optimize its workforce.
So how can an organization use data as an assistant?
So first of all, there's so much that goes on, and so many people, and everyone wants to know who's working very well, where can they use help. So that assistant part of having data pinpoint, here are areas, here are some folks that you need to go speak with who might be at risk of leaving your organization. Or you could have issues of pay equity going on that you don't really realize until the data starts showing up. So that assistant part is using the data to kind of inform HR professionals of where they should go focus on being more human and helping out the organization.
So what can data do for management from an HR perspective?
It's interesting. In the past, HR data usually only controlled by the HR organization. Now we're seeing great benefits of democratizing that data out to the managers. So they have it on them at all times, updated in real time, so they can understand certain shifts that need attention, certain people, in certain areas where, as they stack up against other managers, where there's room for improvement. So they get it all the time, in real time, and kind of helps them understand how they're doing compared to their peers.
How does it help employees grow?
That's a great question. I think this is a big one for 2019 with the way, there's such a demand for top talent. And I think it's the organization's responsibility to help employees grow through their career. So opening up data about what is your next job, what is your next potential career path, what are some of the skills that you might need to reach that, right? So by having that data at the ready from across large, massive data sets, helping individuals understand what their management is expecting of them from a skills perspective, and also give them insights of how they can better, not just for the organization, but for their own career going forward as they look 20 years down the road.
So it sounds like it fosters an environment of innovation and growth to help attain and retain good talent. You have to be innovative these days.
You have to be innovative, you have to be transparent with your data, and you have to kind of provide something to keep them where they are, and that should be growth, opportunities. There might be areas that aren't necessarily in your career path, but you're interested in. Wouldn't it be great for your manager to know that you're interested in getting into sales or getting on TV with folks like you and speaking about it? So giving them those opportunities kind of fosters that person's satisfaction and engagement within the organization, besides it just being a job.
Well, does it take people out of the equation?
That's one of my favorite questions, because everyone, you hear HR and you hear robots and automation, artificial intelligence, and where do they fit? A lot of people are worried about the robots are coming to take their jobs away. Couldn't be further from the truth. Really what data and automation, artificial intelligence can do is help the human focus on the human aspect of HR. Conversations with people who the data might be pointing us to, go have a conversation, see what makes them tick, see if there's room for improvement. Go help the manager by coaching them, not just by filling out the paperwork and doing all of those necessary tasks, which could be automated.
Right.
Go be a coach, go help them learn and grow.
So it sounds like data is providing the statistics, and then it's up to the people in HR to run with it from there.
Absolutely. That's a great way to look at it. Yes, the data can point you in a direction, and then you go be that human aspect that kind of help the organization, help the individual grow.
All right, Marc, thank you so much for the insight. And thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.